Hi, I'm Kirsten and I know what's up. And I decided to do something really different today. I felt inspired to make quiche. I've been craving it and I recorded it and share some health talk as I'm doing it. And I hope you enjoy listening and watching me make quiche. And I hope you like, share, leave a comment for my video, and subscribe, and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello, I am attempting to make quiche. I've made it before, but it's been a while, and so I thought I would record. So the first step I'm doing right now is I'm gonna make some turkey bacon. I use organic brands, Trader Joe's, whatever, and I don't eat pork. I'm kosher, so yeah. So I'm gonna cook this bacon, and I'm gonna stop the video and restart it, and I'm gonna find a recipe that I like because I don't have any recipes with me, and I'm gonna add lots of vegetables, and I hope it turns out because my ingredients are not cheap. And then I'm going to enjoy it for a few days. See you in a few. Okay, I know I'm going to use onions. I still haven't decided on the recipe, so I'm going to go ahead and chop my onion. So the way that I chop an onion, I don't have my, this knife is good. So I cut it in half, and I won't need all this onion. Sucks. Okay, so the way you chop an onion, I'll get this out of the way. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so you cut off the one end with a sharpener. You peel the way I cut an onion. I am not a chef, but I did learn some tricks. Okay, so I've cut it in half. I've peeled it off. I've left this on. And I'm going to go down and slice this. I'm not trying to pay attention to my bacon. I think I can probably get away with maybe half of it now, but I'll just slice the whole thing up. The sucky part about videotaping this is I gotta find another way to bring in music. Okay, so you slice all the way down like that, and then you can come in and go. And what I want to do is, like this top layer, is caramelize it. So I think what I'll do is, after the bacon's done, I will wipe, I probably don't want to wipe it down, but I'll add some butter and I'll try to caramelize the onions. Oh, brilliant. Do it. get a apron or something. So I don't have a cutting glove with me. And you get down to the end of the onion, you can turn it and then slice it that way. And then when you do the pieces, you can mostly just backtrack. So, but you get these nice little pieces. That's kind of cool, huh? So, I just have to look up my recipe. And think about whatever else I want to prepare. But I really like quiche. I'm craving it. I get tired of just eggs all the time, you know? Like fried eggs or whatever. Probably get a little more creative when I'm doing these different cheeses, but I just bought cheddar. So Jack would be really good. I love cheese I used to get at the farmer's market in Santa Barbara. Well, after I went to Solving. Oh, I need to get up there. I'm off on Wednesday. I can drive to Santa Barbara farmer's market. That's a thought. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the bacon. I'm going to go ahead and add some butter. I use the Kerrygold. I didn't think of it. I would love raw butter, so good for you, but I like this Kerrygold because it actually is yellow. Butter should be yellow. It shouldn't be light. Real butter is yellow. So I'm just going to add some butter, turn the heat back on. I'm going to saute the onions and the bacon together. And then we'll set that aside. So, do that for a bit. Look at my instructions. I'm going to pull my crust out of the freezer. I'm using a gluten-free crust because right now I have gluten issues, and I get a bad reaction when I eat meat. But I've been working on my gut health, and I make yogurt with colostrum and probiotic and the yogurt culture, and then I take it every night after I brush my teeth. I let it ruminate in my mouth. It's more of a medicinal yogurt. I won't eat anything else with it. And hopefully that'll get my gut back into a place where I can eat bread again, because I haven't been able to do that since I got a tick illness and I was on doxycycline for a good 6 weeks. And that was the final nail in the coffin for me. So, yeah. So I'll just go ahead and cook these two together, set it aside. I can use, it's a lot, so I don't know if I use it all, but I can always set it aside for some other thing. And I like butter. I'm not afraid to use it. I have this philosophy, I guess, that I don't feel deprived in any way with what I eat. I'm just trying to find the best quality that I can. And so things like butter, even sugar, raw sugar, organic as much as possible. And that's not just my food, but that's my skincare. I wish I could afford to do clothing and everything organic, but you know, your skin is your biggest organ. But as much as possible. And I know the biggest exception people have to it is it's expensive, but I believe like being sick and going to the doctor all the time is expensive. and this is way cheaper. And I don't have major health issues. I'm not on any medications, and my biggest issue is my back from a car accident. So the trade-off to me is great. Let me let you see what that looks like. The bacon and the onions. I'm hungry. I've already had some watermelon this morning. I'm so vibing watermelon in the summer, and love fruit. So yeah, I don't know if you're interested in this, but I just thought I'd share it because this is what I do. Is I try to eat as healthy as I can. Try to use as healthy products as much as possible. Exercise and stay away from things that aren't so healthy for the most part, or find the most healthiest version of it as I can if I want to do it. And you know, it works for me. So I'll be back. If you could smell this. So I pulled out my crust and I turned the oven on to 325. One of the things the instructions say is don't cook quiche at too high of a temperature because it'll tend to scramble the egg. And another little trick, a lot of times when you're cooking and something starts to cake at the bottom, I just add a little water, and that kind of loosens it up a little. So I'm going to go ahead and cook my crust and get it ready. So I've cooked them, I think, adequately. I'm going to dump them in a bowl and set them aside and soak the pan. And I think I'm going to go get my microphone because I'm a quiet talker and I'm worried you can't hear me. Alright, so I pulled out my, the name escapes me. I'm going to wash stuff in, and I'm going to go ahead and wash and slice up some vegetables. The more the vegetables, the happier I am. I am a vegetable connoisseur. And I even got some cilantro. I love cilantro. The herb of the gods. And some spinach. Some zucchini and some peppers, onion, and bacon. And then I really just like a lot. Like I add way more vegetables than most people. I want my quiche chunky. I want to taste vegetables in every bite. So I'm going to go ahead and wash this stuff and start slicing. I pulled out my pie shell. I've heated my oven, and you're supposed to prick it and cook it for a few minutes. I'd much rather have a pie shell that isn't gluten-free, because I think some of those options that are gluten-free aren't really that great. They're not really that healthy. So I've pricked it. I don't know if you can see that, but I pricked the hell out of it. Stick it in the oven. And I'll wash my vegetables. Buy the Trader Joe's organic vegetable wash. I always wash vegetables because I'm not trying to be crude or anything, but when people are out there working in the fields all day, they're probably going to relieve themselves. So it's just always a really good idea to just wash your vegetables. Even if they say it's washed, just wash the vegetables. So I'll do that, and then I'll start chopping them and get everything prepped, and then I'll whip up the egg and milk raw, or actually not milk, but use cream, and you can throw in your vegetables. Get another bowl, throw all my stuff in, and I've never done cilantro in there before, but I want to try it. It doesn't smell as yummy as it should. Cilantro on salad, divine. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm gonna start cutting, so you can see. Start cutting my peppers. Cut them in half, and you can pull out the seeds easy. Yeah, I'm not really good at this yet because I keep disappearing. I'm not claiming to be like an extraordinary cook. My daughter, Ashley, oh my God, can that girl cook? And her presentation is fabulous. I think my problem in the kitchen is I get easily distracted with other things. So, it is what it is. These things are so good just to munch on. I love vegetables. Growing up, we always had like really big gardens, and we could just walk out and get tomatoes and cucumbers and whatever. And then my mom always bought, like, there was a place called Boose's, so some of my Ohio friends will remember. And you could just buy like the big baskets of peaches and all the wonderful stuff. And then, God, what was the name of the apple place that we always went to? Oh my God, the best apples ever. And let's see, I don't know, there's so many little things that I appreciate about when I was a child, the way I ate. And I need to eat that way. I don't do well if I don't stick to a certain diet, because when I went off to boot camp, it only took about 4 weeks when I was in the hospital. And it took me a while to figure out. My first answer to everything was exercise. Did I exercise? And then finally the diet thing started, I would say, the healthy organic, because I read a book by Eric Schlosser called Fast Food Nation. And that was just a book that was looking at the history of a place like McDonald's. How did it turn into the big thing? But it really was life-changing when you kind of peer into the food industry. Yeah, it kind of was yucky. So I just slowly started changing my life then, and the first thing I did was I went kosher, and then I figured, well, I mean, biblically speaking, because I went kosher and I'm a Christian, I figured, well, God, that works. What else am I missing? And that led me down another rabbit trail. But yeah, this way of eating, luckily I really enjoy it, but it's necessary for me. I remember when we were in Mississippi and we were going to churches, and I don't even know if people in Mississippi, most people in Mississippi, know if there is such a thing called vegetables, because they kind of just eat like a lot of okra and potatoes. That's their vegetables. And I mean, not everybody. Don't want to typecast anybody, but you know, you go to a function and that's what you would see. And bacon, oh my God, these people worship bacon as much as they worship God. And I would always just feel so sick and bad tummy aches, and you know, good experience because you learn. It was a good reminder because I had been eating healthy for a long time. So I know what's right for me, and I carry on and function in that manner. But you do what you think's right. I think the key to life is to just really enjoy it. And this is really what I want to be about anyways. I don't want to be about politics all the time. I'm very opinionated. I know. And the worst part is I think everybody wants to hear it. But it doesn't always make me feel good and happy. And so I want to focus on things that do. So I'm going to kind of venture off in this direction. I've gotten a little experience in the kitchen at a health food store. Learned a little bit. Right, so I remembered this is a salad spinner top, and I've just pulled out my crust. I did it for about 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe it could go a little bit longer. I'll try it for a little longer. Oh, shit. 10:45. I'll just remember the time. So I'm gonna get all the water off the spinach by my lid. I bought a few things out. Noisy. So, you see, get a little water in there. Get that all off. And I'm just going to bunch it. So cut off the ends. Then let's go ahead and slice it. Oh, I know you're not going to be able to hear me. Damn it, why am I so quiet? Shocking, isn't it? Loudmouth as I am on Facebook. Spinach I would put a lot in. Yep. I need the music, but if I don't have it, I'll make my own. I have a really cool way of cutting lettuce. Make lots of salads at work. So you basically take like a head of romaine and you leave the end on. You cut long ways and you turn it, cut again, and then chop, 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 and then it's in pieces. Cool. I love learning new stuff. I like doing that job. I want to study to be in nutrition, and because I'm very passionate about that. And so I like this job because it's giving me experience. Because as a registered dietitian, you can do things like work in schools and work in places where you design recipes for places, stuff like that. For me, I prefer to maybe start my own business, but obviously I'm going to need some real world experience. So we'll see where that lands me. So I've got all my vegetables in here. So you got the spinach, the pepper, and the zucchini. And I may not use it all, but knowing me, I will. Also cilantro. So I'll take a few squiggles out. I think my roommate's gonna pop out here. Take a few out. Rinse and just chop. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Put these big pieces in. Now I smell it. God. So, I don't have the best knives, but I'm just gonna chop up to the stems. You can go in with the right tools and do this, but I don't mind. I don't mind the big pieces. God. Cilantro. Now I smell it. So good. So, yep, got all my vegetables. Now I have a lot to clean up. So, the next step is I'll whip up the egg and milk. And then it's just as simple as throwing everything in the pie shell and cooking it. And that's it, but I'll be back. Okay, so I did a little cleaning. But what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cooked pie shell And I'm just gonna layer the bottom with the bacon and the onion. It's not the biggest pie shell. I was thinking the recipe calls for 4 eggs, and I was thinking of doing 5, but I probably should stick with 4 because I'm just gonna waste it. So I'm just gonna add this in the bottom. I have a little too much, but I can do something else with this. And I need the bowl anyways for mixing because I like glass. So I'm gonna stick this in something, mix my eggs raw, and I got raw cream, which is really good for you. I make my yogurt with raw milk, and then I got their raw cheddar, and I'm thinking if I have sun-dried tomatoes, I might do that too. So yeah, this is definitely piecemeal, but look, folks, I am not claiming to be an expert video maker, but I'm just doing what I enjoy and putting myself out there, and not everybody's gonna like or support it, and that's fine. You don't have to, because I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else, but I'm doing it for me. But I hope that as I do things for myself, that you can benefit in some way, and be encouraged to do the same. In life, you can give your very best to someone, and it will still never be good enough. So you have to stop worrying about what other people think. You can't be afraid to make mistakes, look stupid. Trust me, I probably look pretty stupid sometimes on Facebook, but it's okay, because I can learn and grow from my experiences, and so I just don't worry about it, and I can always look back, and I can always change. I can always change anything I want to change. I have a lot of power to be the person I want to be, and I really want to find ways to enjoy life for myself and do all the things that I've been thinking in my head, and I would encourage you to do the same thing. And I'm sure as I get better and more practiced at doing these things that I like to do, that I'll get pretty damn good at it. So hope you enjoy, and I'll continue. I get that the in and out, and a professional would have all their stuff set and ready to go, but I like just being like this, authentic me, quirky, and letting people see, what life is really like, not the perfection of it, but the rawness and the spontaneity of it. So I'm going to clean out my bowl with the rest of the the rest of the bacon and the onion, put that away, and mix my eggs and cream. Not milk, cream makes a better quiche, and add my veggies and cheese and bake, and that will be my quiche. And then hopefully it turns out, because quiche can be kind of tricky, and it's set when it sets. So I've done it before, but we'll see. I'll eat it anyways. Okay, I don't know what I got in there. It keeps turning off. But I'm gonna whisk my milk and eggs, 4 eggs. There's about a cup of milk in there right now. I think I need a better bowl. Already made some yogurt, which I think I already said. Maybe I'll do a video on that. It's super simple. I know I was really nervous doing it for the first time, but basically you just take milk and you bring it to a boil. You remove it. You let it set for a minute so it forms that layer, and you take that layer off. You set a little bit aside in a cup, and you mix in your different ingredients, and you whisk it, and then you put that into the other milk, and then you just gently fold it in, and then you stick it in the oven with foil or a lid or something, and let it sit for 24 plus hours, and then you have yogurt. So, not too hard. And there's videos. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little more milk. At work, I have to make wraps and burritos and stuff, so I have to crack a lot of eggs, and it's really cool. You can take a strainer and you just crack all the eggs you need, and then you take a whisk and you just stir, and it goes through the whisk. It goes through the strainer, and then you don't have to worry about shells or anything like that because it gets caught in the strainer. I can't wait. I'm going to do a shout out to my friend Roxanne. Can that girl cook? We used to gather every weekend when I lived in Lompoc for Bible study, and oh, the food. I like good, high quality food. I love shopping at farmers market where you would see chefs shopping, you know. There's nothing like food that's fresh grown, and it just cannot be beat. And I can tell you that eating that way is really life-changing. And when I left and went to Mississippi, and I'm buying, organic out of a grocery store, my health went down. So it does make a difference, getting fresh. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the cheese on top of the bacon. I don't know how much cheese they said, but I'm just going to do my own thing. This pie shell is smaller than usual, so I don't know, maybe I'll need the other pie shell. But 2 quiches is a lot for one person. Unless I freeze it. And then I'm going to take some of the vegetables and throw them in on top. It smells so good. So the cheese and then the vegetables. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour the egg. Hopefully not too messily. And just let it. Oops, and I forgot the spices, but I'll just add it in. Boy, do I like my vegetables. They're not even in the eggs. It's pretty. Maybe top it with a little bit of spice, so I'll use some garlic, salt. Some parsley. And it's like a dash of nutmeg. I'm like, okay, why not? Need a knife. with this, I'm really vibing. So I'm gonna just put a little nutmeg in there. It looks pretty on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some sun-dried tomatoes on top, just for color. I should probably do like a little design. And we have a picture of, oh, sorry. There it is. There's the quiche, guys. So we'll see. I hope it turns out better than my video. So, okay. I'm just going to get a tray and cook it and show you the end result. I think I put a lot of veggies in, so they're not quite sinking. The amount of eggs was perfection. Just what I needed. Okay. Congratulations, you made it to the end. Thanks so much for watching, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you. And I hope you found the content worth your while. I'll keep working towards making better and better content, and just showing you things that I'm learning and experiencing, and how it's helping me